Okay. Well, here we are. Whoa, unable to connect to the chat. That's depressing. Please try again later. Well, I don't know how to fix that. Where is my pencil? There is my pencil. Hey guys, I think I'm improving with my people. Look at this bird lady I drew. That's my friend's character. But this is just bird lady. There's no one here. Oh wait, there is people here. I think. What if I, like, refreshed the page? There we go. Oh gosh, that's a lot better. I was so lonely. So, how have you guys been? Because I have been sleepy. So much work. Like, you won't even believe me the amount of work I've had to do the last few weeks. Nuts. But I can finally sit down and draw a little bit, which is ideal. If only I remembered what brush I was using for this. You're late. Striking. I have just started. Art stream, yeah. I'm gonna go notify stream crew. Oh. I'm sorry, Frills. I will play Stardew sometime. If you were here, I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna work on this a little bit, but I'd like to maybe start working on a personal project, like maybe something for a video. 'Cause I really need to do that. Because, like, part of me is like, you should do a video on... I don't know. Hey, Arlo. What's up? I didn't have to work today, that's what's up. Very exciting. My sister's, gonna be getting into candle making, I think. Which is fun, and she said that if I help, I can make my own candles, or she'll make me some, based on, like, themes I want, so I could potentially make some Wings of Fire themed candles. Would people be interested in buying Wings of Fire themed candles from my sister? I think it'd be neat, but I don't have... Most of my audience isn't able to, like, purchase things, necessarily. But that's okay. Hey, Chet Mom, how are you? You tried making a candle once. I need to do my, Patreon stream. I would have done that tonight if I had planned ahead far enough. I'm getting really delayed. It's getting late into the month. I literally only work nights though, so literally every night I am at work until 10:30, till about right now. And I mean, I could start this late, but if I start this late on a Patreon stream, I get really burnt out by the end of it. I'm really burnt out after work. That's rough. Okay. Last week of school, that's fun. Yeah, my school ended like a few weeks ago, and I'm pretty much working full-time at Dairy Queen. Having an actual job is exhausting, because, like, at least I'm guaranteed money with that job, but, like, I am so tired of working every day. I gotta go get my dog. Just a second, guys. I'll be back. I need to go grab my dog after he is done going outside. You know, I'll sit here and chat. He has to do that still. But yeah, Dairy Queen. I want to spend time working on my YouTube revenue and working that up a little bit so I can hopefully work less hours. Lots of band. Armbands? Are we talking about armbands? Have I seen the ad? No. I haven't had much time to do any. I don't think I've even been on YouTube much. Oh, my dog's in. I'm gonna go grab him. Okay, I got a dog. Don't lick me. He is quite unhappy right now with me. Oh. Okay. So we can have to go to school. School, school, school. Who needs it? Not me. I just want to get this commission done. I feel bad. I didn't, the person wanted it by, like, May 24th, but apparently they, got sent to do their thing that they had to do early, so now they aren't gonna get to see it finished right away. I feel really bad about that. I'm a little nervous because the way they, like, phrased it made it sound like they were saying goodbye for good. And I am a little bit on edge about all that still. If you're in my server, you'll know why. But, so yeah, I hope they're doing okay. Dog, I told you to stay on my bed. Dude, okay. Dog's off my bed. Watch my gender bend. Oh yeah, it was totally an April Fool's joke, but not many people really understood that. Was I ever in bands? No, I mean, kind of. My parents made me do, like, the jazz band thing, because I played guitar, but, like, I couldn't do their thing, so I just kind of just sat there. It was really awkward. I hated it, because, like, I couldn't do anything. My parents just wanted to sign me up for everything. Hey, stop scratching my door. Doors are not there to be scratched, okay? Let me get your stinky blanket that you like so much, okay? I had to hide it because my friend was coming over and you smell. And it smells like stinky dog butt. Okay? I don't want stinky dog butt on my bed all the time. See? Your blanket? There, then you can go sleep on your blanket. Right there. I'll get in trouble if I let you out. Okay? You're trapped in my bedroom. And that's how it's gonna be. Door scratcher. I know, right? Hey, Stinky. Come on, right here. What are you doing? Get comfy. We're going to bed. Okay? Yeah, go sleep. It's bedtime. I think I want to, after I finish this commission, start seriously working on, like, a comic. For one, like, I say this so many times. At this point, you know it. I really want to do one, but I've never been able to get a good start, so I want to just start seriously, like, planning one. I don't want to start it until I can have at least most of the plot, like, planned out. And, like, written out on paper. And then I can go through and use a storyboard for, like, most of the thing, and then I think I'll be good to start actually posting it. You know? Yeah, I'm still working on this commission. It's a pretty big one. You sneezing? Okay. I've got that layer done. Now I need a light layer. I'm gonna go with a yellow. No, I want this green, but like a lighter version of this green. Where would I be posting the comic? Well, right now I feel like the best place would be on, like, just Webtoons. Maybe on Instagram. I'm debating the format, like if I want to make it like an Instagram type comic where I release a few panels at a time and it's like shorter but probably more frequent and just easier to manage. Or if I want to do webtoon, which is very long chapters for most of the time, and they like would take a while longer to do, but it would look pretty nice. Actually, I think I want to do it like a comic book type feel, you know? And I can get it published then, or printed. Very easy. If I just styled it like that. I'd still probably post it on Webtoon then. Maybe my own website too. Yeah, I think Webtoon would be the best. No, Juice Man's birthday is tomorrow. Is tomorrow the Juice-iversary? Wait. Excuse me 1 second. I almost missed the Juice-iversary. That better not have been today? Where is he? Where is the Juice Man? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Juice-iversary. This live stream has turned down into a Juice-iversary countdown. I will be drawing Juice Man art later in the stream. Oh gosh, I have to make a video to celebrate now. Man. Why do I want to do, like, some kind of parody song with Juice Man? Oh, I'm gonna die. It's the Juice-iversary. Guys, I don't have anything planned. I got too busy. What should I do? I have work tomorrow, so I can't do anything too big for the Juice-iversary. But I can make, like, a mini content, I think. So you need to help me come up with something. Juice Man speed paint. I mean, we could. Juice Man theme song. Oh gosh. Do I need any trumpet music? Probably not. Okay. I'll do the white part now. Ba-dum-bum. Juice Man. What brush am I using? I think it's like acrylic. Yeah, it's acrylic. I'm using acrylic. Why am I thinking of, like, the song, It's All About That Bass? It was insanely popular when I was in, like, 7th grade. And, that, but it's all about that juice. It's all about that juice, no water. I kind of want to make, like, some kind of storyboard thing about Juice Man's life and his backstory. But that would take way too long. I could probably do one that's, like, hastily done. But I don't even remember his full backstory enough to, like, confidently do that. I'd have to go back and look at my old stream of the original Juice Man that I streamed 1 year ago. Just about. I will work on getting you some constructive criticism striking. And I'm remembering my sister trying to tell me that All About That Bass was about instruments. I'm like, no. Oh gosh, I want to at least finish the shading on this cat thing. And then I want to work on some, like, personal art, just because I want to do some personal art once in a while. So how do you guys feel about, like, superhero comics? Because I'm debating between superhero and fantasy. If I did superhero, it would be more like I don't know. If I did superhero would be more slice of lifey, I think. Not necessarily. It would have a plot, but it would focus on the characters in, like, a set place, whereas a fantasy one might turn into, like, an adventure thing. I feel like I'd want to put more time into, like, building a location for a for a fantasy one, though. I don't know. Fantasy's better. I knew you guys would be into fantasy. Like superheroes and fantasy. True. See, I know you guys are into fantasy. I want to do a big fantasy adventure thing. But, again, like, superhero, I'm a sucker for. Let me give you a synopsis, kind of. So with the superhero one, I know it would be about like, kids, probably high schoolers. And it would be about the supervillain, actually. And, he's, like, a prodigy villain child, like, the villains are like, you are going to be our leader one day. Like, I think his power was the same power that the other supervillain mastermind of ancient history had. But he doesn't really care. And then, like, he goes to the same school as this up-and-coming superhero kid. Of course, their identities are both secret, and they just kind of interact. And that's what that would be about. Fantasy, I do not have a set idea yet. I've gone over plenty with you. With fantasy, I'm a little more, there's so much I want to do, and it's so much to think about. Right now, I'm on the brain that something with fairies might be neat. But, yeah, I don't know. Fantasy would probably just be set in a fantasy world. I don't really know. Probably not modern, probably not ancients. Don't really know. Or maybe I could do a modern fantasy world. I already have a story with a modern fantasy world that I'd like to do a comic on. And it's one that I'm doing with a friend. So I could plot that one out. If I did fantasy, I'd probably want to go with that one. Yeah, I know, Striking. That's what I felt. And also, fantasy art is my comfort zone. I will say. Definitely my comfort. And, that's another reason I think I'm kind of looking into this superhero. I would be forced to draw a bunch of humans. Though I think I would be giving the main character a, like, shape-shifting ability. So not like entirely humans. I will say I'm kind of leaning towards that one right now. Simply because I have more of a grasp on what I would do for it. Wider variety of options, yeah. See, Lotta, the difference with mine is it's about the supervillain. It's called superhero because that's like the genre, but it's about the villain. And it's going to be very much deeper than there's a bad guy and a good guy and they fight. But I totally get where you're coming from. I hear that from a lot of people, that superhero stuff's like all the same. So I can totally understand that perspective. Superpower would be, yes, I did decide the superpower. I think I mentioned that concept on this, on a stream before, actually. But my supervillain's power is shapeshifting. The character would be called, their supervillain name would be Chimera. Because they can, like, mix and match their shapeshifting abilities to do stuff. And they're also able to cause other people to shapeshift, like forcibly change somebody's DNA to give them either animal features or to just straight up turn them into an animal, which can be quite terrifying, honestly, like, if you really think about it. Like, oh, why bother going around security guards or bad guys if you can just turn them into rats or crickets? or just a fly, and watch them die in a matter of days. Like, there's no way to fight that. That is a very powerful ability, but not one that's necessarily evil, you know? It's used for evil in his case, but it can also be used for good. I'm also debating, I'm thinking it would be cool to put the villain and the hero in, like, to give them a relationship. Probably before they figure out each other's identities, so their civilian selves are in a relationship, maybe. Or maybe it can be just there's chemistry both ways. I don't know. I do not understand romance, but I feel like that would definitely draw more appeal to my series. Especially from the webtoons community. Oh yeah, he could totally escape prisons. I forgot to elbow lock these. Yeah. Right now I'm kind of debating on what the superheroes, the kid's power would be. Part of me wants to give him a power that would typically be considered villainous, simply because I think that would make for an interesting conversation about, you know, what makes a villain and what makes a hero. If all of the citizens and the other heroes treat this hero kid very badly simply because his power isn't the nicest or the friendliest seeming, I think that would be pretty neat. Mind control. See, I could. That's like the most generic evil power you could have, I think. But yeah, something along those lines, like maybe illusions, mind control. You can make someone believe all these terrible things. Too OP. I mean, yeah, it's pretty overpowered, but so is my villain with his extreme animal powers. Part of me wants to give him the ability to freeze time, because that would be my personal... That's, if I had a superpower, what I would want. But I don't think that's, like, necessarily evil enough. Like, that's not necessarily an evil power. I think he'd start off fine, but then maybe some people would be like, well, how do we know he's doing all this stuff? He can just freeze time, and he could do all this other junk, like... I don't know. He could cheat on tests. How do we know that he isn't... I don't know. Invisibility. I do like invisibility. I think that one could be potentially very cool. Again, not very evil. Not a very evil ability. Pocket dimension. Ooh. I do like pocket dimension. Foresight. Yeah, pocket dimension. Oh, they have no powers. Ooh, I do really like that. No powers. And because they have no powers, they are looked down upon. I very much enjoy that, actually. But yeah, pocket dimension would be super cool. Again, I don't think that one's necessarily very evil. Oh yeah, and then, see, the question could be if the hero and the villain become friends, the villain, theoretically, could give the superhero power. And that would make the superhero more well-liked. And basically give him what he's always dreamed of. So that would make for a very interesting, like, development. So the desire of the superhero is just to have this ability that's all his own, but he just doesn't. No, not everyone would have a power. I personally, I don't, like, sometimes I do like those, but I find it more interesting when not everyone does. I don't know. Pocket dimension? I'll definitely maybe have someone with a pocket dimension. I really like pocket dimension. I don't know, Lotta, what that is, but right now I'm just thinking of Darkness of Dragons, and I mean, kind of, but not really. It isn't really the plot of that. Turn anything into anything. Yeah, that's too similar to shapeshifting, though. I probably would keep the freezing time ability to give to maybe a side character then. I have to think, would powers be just an uncommon thing that some people have, that it could be widely known, or is it something that's always kept a secret no matter what? Like, there's probably a few kids at the school that have powers, but it isn't, like, well documented or known. I know our main character would be more of, like, a vigilante type than, like, an actual superhero, necessarily. Oh yeah, I could call you Pitchy. I literally always just use the first thing, so that's fine. Maybe if the villain thinks of something, they have it. See, I really like the idea of Chimera. I just think it fits really well. Like, you can basically turn anyone into something, and it can be very much used for evil. And I just have this scene of when they're getting along, the hero and the villain growing wings or something to, like, carry him around. Or just the villain, he just likes to have wings to just take a stroll, like, fly around every once in a while. I'm very much set on the villain's ability. Oh yeah, the villain has, like, a best friend, like a sister almost. They were raised together, and so they're really close. What should her power be? I think originally I wasn't going to give her any ability, but if I have the hero not have an ability, then I probably want to give her some kind of ability. I want to make it very weak, though, because she's kind of jealous of our main character for having this amazing ability, because she's way more into the doing evil deeds, like being a villain, than he is. But she feels like she hates how much attention he gets for doing literally nothing, because he doesn't care. He's not an actual, like, good villain. maybe a pocket dimension would be useful for her, but I feel pocket dimension's too powerful. Like, she needs to have something weaker. Could be a weak pocket dimension, but still. Telepathy, telekinesis, yeah. Trap a hero in the pocket dimension. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. I like that. I like the idea of having a pocket dimension character. I think you're still sold on fantasy. Arlo, I have no ideas for fantasy yet. I will get into fantasy eventually, though. I'd like to spend a little more time to like, just world build and create something for fantasy. Like, fantasy, I can start building a world, but I never have a plot for my fantasy stories. That's what I would need. At least with this one, I have a plot already in my brain. She could make portals. That is kind of powerful. I could just throw a bunch of drawbacks onto it. I think maybe the pocket dimension, I could make that one, I could make it seem very weak. Like, oh, she can only store things in there of a certain size. So, like, she can't store anything larger than a basketball in her pocket dimension. And she can only, like, store a certain amount of things in there. But then over time it grows, and she becomes one of the most powerful villains or something. To convince people easy. Like Piper from Percy Jackson. She can just, can talk to people and they'll do whatever she wants. Power to have bean bullets. She'd overthrow the villain eventually. Maybe. They definitely have a falling out that I have plans, like, already in the comic. They will fall out. And they will be enemies for a little while. So it would be cool if she can just, like, overcome. Like, her goal is to become powerful and to become a great villain. And I believe she could do that by training her ability enough. Maybe I can give the freezing time ability to, like, a friend, an ally of the hero. Maybe the hero has a really good friend who has this super powerful time freezing ability that he doesn't use because he's just not a fighter. He doesn't want to be a hero, but he doesn't mind helping out, and he uses it to, like, give the hero time to train in the pocket, like, time thing that they got going on. I think that could be neat. I like that, yeah. But they literally just use it for, like, finishing their homework on time and procrastination. That's my kind of character right there. Why do they want to be a villain? See, here's the thing. The villains are like a secret underground organization. And they basically force mothers to give birth to children that they indoctrinate. The word, I can't say that word. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. But they basically bring these kids and raise them with the values of a villain, and that being a villain is great because society has wronged them, and that they deserve everything, and to use their gifts to basically take over the world, like villain stuff. So these kids were literally raised essentially in a compound to be villains, where being a villain is like, you know, the ideal. They were stolen from their mother at a young age. Either their mother is a part of this villain cult, or they were literally just kidnapped or sold on the black market. There are many ways that they acquire these children. Would they have to hide their ability? Yes. I do want them to go to a normal school. These two characters, the girl and the boy villains, are like prodigies. Prodigy villains. They're both very good at villainy. So they are sent to a normal school to kind of, I don't know, see what life is actually like, or figure out how to take stuff out. I don't know. That's very interesting information, yeah. Taking over the world is a little generic. It is, but, I mean, it's villainy. They're literally a villain cult, like, I don't know what they'd want besides that. Like, you have to be able to argue to other people. At this point, most villains' motives are all very generic. I couldn't tell you a non-generic villain, like, motive. Arlo, maybe that's the question. Maybe that's what I address in my superhero comic. Yeah, eventually there's a deeper plan. There probably is with the higher-ups. They probably do have a deeper plan. Like, their plan could be to, have the world where everyone has superpowers. Wait, wasn't that the guy's plan from, like, that one movie? I don't know. That's too close to my fantasy idea, though. I might start a fantasy comic as well. Like, I might do both of these ideas if I have time, because the fantasy one right now is something that I plan on doing with my friend, and we both would be working on it. So I do a page, they do a page, kind of deal. I'd probably be doing it in shorter bits, whereas this would be like my full comic. Yeah, he lost his toy train. I love Doofenshmirtz. They think the end of the world is near, and so they just want to live life to the fullest and do villainy. Like, do they even have to have a reason? Maybe they just think it's fun. That's a little bit too... Like, but I don't know why a villain organization that kidnaps children would just do something like that for fun. Like, that seems like too much work. They have a whole underground evil lair. Or maybe that is. maybe the supervillain organization is actually run by superheroes to, like, you know, keep them having a job. Like, their job is to defeat villains, or they see it as some kind of entertainment for heroes to, like, take out villains. So, like, they're running the whole thing behind the scenes. That could be what makes the sister one snap, because she's like, it was heroes all along. I couldn't believe it. And then she becomes the real evil villain. Mastermind lady. But does not have a happy ending. Arlo, I'd love to hear it. If you... Do you have Discord? You're on Discord. I think you're on my Discord, right? Yeah, just PM me. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to work with somebody on comic ideas. But, yeah. They can turn into a ghost. I like the idea of, like, turning into a ghost. I kind of have an idea like that written down in a different journal type thing. Because I've had that idea before. Destroy the human race because of humans. Yeah, I kind of like the eco-friendly thing, yeah. But I feel like, again, that's a lot of effort. I don't know, but this is something I'd like to just work on writing the plot down for. They do bad things to survive. Yeah, that's probably what they tell the children. Do I know if Doodle ever took a break? What do you mean, Doodle? My dollar doodles, I have kind of taken a little bit of a break on that. Mainly because I'm trying to, like, film videos for all of them. To, like, spread them out. But also, I've just been working so much that I just haven't done them. I wanted to do those today, actually, but I didn't do them today. So maybe I'll do them tomorrow. Hopefully. I kind of like the idea of the heroes being behind the whole thing all along, because the comic's kind of like good and evil, what's the difference, like, blah blah blah, who's the real villains, the kids that were conditioned to be villains, or the heroes that are doing it just to ruin their lives. These children are essentially livestock that are killed for sport. Because if you think about it, that's what heroes are. They're just like a bunch of, it's just a bunch of rich people that earn money off of the hero culture that comes from defeating supervillains. My Discord server link manager can get the link to that. Talking about a comic idea I have. I've kind of stuck with this one for a little bit, just in the background of my head. So it could potentially get somewhere. Unlike some of my other ideas. I feel like it's not super complicated. Fantasy scares me a little bit just because there's so much stuff, you know? So much stuff I need to do. That story sounds amazing. Thank you, KK. Now you know why I'm kind of leaning towards that superhero plot. I'm like, it's good. And I know that even if people on this channel weren't super interested in it, I'd still find an audience. And the story is told between a young vigilante who isn't, like, caught up with the superhero rhetoric and a villain who just doesn't really care about it, and they become friends. Like, friendship. The power of friendship. You'd read it either way. I should go through with it. I should. I'm gonna be, I found a notebook. I'll probably just write all this stuff down in there. I'd like to do that and then, like, kind of plot everything out. You like the idea? I like the idea too. Yeah, the setting would definitely be modern. It's gonna have some high school aspects to it. Secret identities, of course, because that's like one of my favorite tropes, is secret identities. Probably why I like Spider-Man so much. Sorry, not sorry. But, yeah. I'm wondering, I could probably figure out the whole plot just tonight and write it in my little notebook. A quick sketch away, yeah. A sketch a day, sorry. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and I'd like to be able to, like, build up an archive of pages before I even start to post about it. You guys kind of have an advance on what's gonna even happen in the story, because I literally say everything on stream. So I think once I have a story, I should probably just, like, lock it away for other people. So does that cat look better than this version of the cat? I need to define the face a little more. More shadows. More shadows necessary. Otherwise, I think I'm done with that commission for tonight. We are the cool people. You are. Where would this story take place? Probably just in a city. I probably wouldn't clarify too much. Also, Bird Lady. So, if she had a run-in with the Chimera, the wings and the tail would be, like, what was added. Yeah. The old version of the cat looked better. I agree. I also spent more time on it. It didn't match with the dragon, though, so I'm trying to get them to match. I need to work on the lighting a bit more. Slightly larger audience, yes. Can Bird Lady talk to birds? Probably. Okay, I want to do, like, a villain costume for Chimera. So, I think my boy would probably wear, like, some kind of freaky mask. Plomp. Plomp. Human drawing. Looks hurt. Yeah. We'll do funny poses later, but right now, probably a mask. I like Chimera. I'm sorry. I like how that's pronounced. I can't draw humans either, so I'm working on it, and I've gotten a lot better. So, yeah. I want to give him, like, a dog mask. But I feel like that's too stereotypical, like... dog. Maybe... it's like a motorcycle. You just looked it up and it is Chimera. I'm pretty sure it's Chimera, but I don't know. You're scared of birds. Yeah, birds can be scary. Go for a lion mask. I'll probably do a bunch of mask concepts. What if it was like a motorcycle mask, but it had like dog ears? He's cute. Don't know. I could give him like a dragon mask. Like... it's like snarled. Dragon Mask to acknowledge my humble beginnings as that one person that did dragon art. Birds. No, I'll work on it. Anyway, oh hey, look at this guy. There's the character from my fantasy comic that I would do with my friend. His name's Araneth. We love him. He's a purple boy. This is him in like a half-dragon form, probably not canonically a form that he has in the story, but like it was fun to draw. I got banned from reading as a child by my mother for reading too much. I am petting my dog. He is not enjoying it. I will never escape the dragon theme. I will not. I've been obsessed with dragons for as long as I can remember. It's not going away anytime soon. I can guarantee. But, yeah. I think I might call it a night for the stream. Unless we want to keep talking. I don't really care. I've only got about 20 minutes left until the Juiceversary. So we could do something like that. I don't know. Right now I'm just very interested in working on comic planning, like for the plot and stuff. Because I want to get it started so I can start publishing a comic. But again, I need to actually plan this time. You say stream till the Juiceversary. I agree. We could totally do that. Anyway, what else do I have to talk about for the plot-wise? So, after they uncover the fact that the heroes were forcibly raising villains to fight for sport, I bet the people who are raising the villains are actually like just a bunch of rich guys. And, like, the young heroes don't know that, and it's not something that heroes typically know, possibly until later on. Because most heroes wouldn't be corrupt enough to, like, actually desire to be fighting innocent children that are raised with these values. So it's probably just a bunch of corrupt rich dudes. The ones in charge of the heroes. The main character, he actually wasn't. Like, he's a villain, but he was actually praised as a child. He's probably more of a loner out of just, like, his own personality and desire. Like, he was essentially worshipped growing up by the kids in his class for having the ability to do what he does. Maybe his ability was discovered one day when he turned one of the kids in his class into something. Like, maybe a rabbit? I don't know. He turned one of the kids in his class at recess into an animal, and that's how they discovered his ability. And instead of being mad, the kid, like, was happy and was upset when he was turned back into a normal human, actually, because they look up to this kid, as if he was a god, and he hates it. He just wants to be normal. Like, a lot of villains are like, I noticed they're bullied, they're not liked by people around them, but he was definitely liked. And his sister that he was raised alongside is jealous of him. Very jealous. And maybe the kid, like, kept rabbit features, or, like, asked to be given rabbit features. Part of me is wondering if he was forced to use his ability to, like, transform certain people, to give them abilities, to turn them essentially into mutants, like animal hybrids. That could be interesting. I know he was forced to use it to, like, torture and, like, to gather information from people. That could be very interesting. And the villains, like, that gain these abilities see them as gifts, like, but he doesn't like doing it. He was scared of his ability, because, like, if you turned one of your friends into a rabbit, you'd be terrified. This poor child was terrified, and instead of getting told, like, this is a bad thing, you shouldn't do it, or, like, even, like, oh, it's something you can do that's really cool, but you shouldn't do it, he was encouraged to do it, and he was just scared. The sister, yeah, she's super intelligent, but others think of her as weird. She's not as popular just because she's a little takes her classes just a little too seriously. Like, she's like the kid that gets all A's, like the overachiever. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I was gonna draw some Juice Man while I talk. I'm actually thinking that the hero kid was probably bullied more than the villain kid. Like, he doesn't have powers, but he wants to be a hero. And that's something, like, weird about him. Maybe there was someone in his class that wanted to be a hero. I think how being a hero works, though, you have to be, like, registered as a hero. Like, everyone with powers has to be registered by the society, and the heroes just kind of pick and choose who they want to be heroes. Like, based on ability. Which is why the kid with the freezing time ability kept his ability was kept a secret. Because they didn't want him to have to, like, be forced into heroics. So he doesn't have a power, but he wants to be a hero. And the heroes, like, they won't take him seriously. Like, he's probably tried out and written notes and stuff. Like, trying to be a hero, but he can't. And that's why he's, like, a vigilante. So he's not necessarily a hero then either. Like, hero of the people, yeah. But he's not supposed to be doing his job. And the police are actually hunting him down as well. Like, that's something he has in common with the villains. I mean, I could make him, like, some hero prodigy as well. Like, that would fit the plot just as well. It might be good to have some hero prodigy in there, too. Maybe the hero society's, like, trying to push the, competitiveness between the villain kid and this hero kid that they picked. They're trying to push a rivalry that isn't there. Because the hero kid, like, is taking his way seriously as he's been raised to do, and the villain kid doesn't care. And this kind of leads to character development with the hero kid realizing that it's less black and white than he thought. Striking. I have not watched One Punch Man. Everyone says, it sounds like this. It sounds like Deku's backstory. He doesn't have powers, so he can't be a hero. Yeah, but not quite. I don't know. I haven't really gotten it to work, but if we're gonna have the villains being behind this all, they're raising villains, then why not raise heroes? Or maybe they don't raise heroes. I don't know. But either way, the kid doesn't have powers, so he can't be a hero, right? That's kind of how it works. I could give him powers. I have discussed this. Everyone says if you make any story, it's gonna sound like another story. That's kind of how stories work. But yeah. Mine's definitely not like My Hero Academia, because it's not everyone has powers. It's not the same situation. Lining the juice man, because it's 10 minutes till the juice-iversary. Yeah, I'm still working on figuring out the superhero side of the story. But I think I've got the villain side down. Like, yeah, they were raised by villains. To be villains. Oh, I just realized it's Wednesday night. Meaning my favorite webtoon has updated. Wow. I completely forgot. Yeah, I'd love to get it published by, like, a book company, and then, like, put it in stores. That'd be pretty neat. Or just sell it on my own. I could do that as well. Guys, can I have a book deal? The Juice Man. Just ask for free book. Hello, can I have free book? I would read free book. There you go, my friends, a doodle of Juice Man with his juice. Very bad doodle. I suppose the juice is accurate for once in my life. Why is his head so large and his hands so small? Don't know. Don't care. There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna write the plot all down. I have a pretty good plot for this already. Ooh. And some subplots of it are going to be the villain going to school and like kind of acting like a person, like a normal person, you know? I think one subplot would be like the villain trying to figure out who his mom was. Maybe. Or maybe the mom finding him. I feel like the mother wouldn't have wanted to give him up. I feel like he specifically... Well, no, because if he was already in school when he turned his friend into an animal, maybe he went to a normal school and he was kidnapped because of that. No, but that would kind of dull down the kid being excited about being turned into a rabbit. So he was kidnapped from an early age. He was raised there. But is his parent out there? Maybe his dad's like a superhero that can shapeshift or something. So the villains specifically tried to get him into a relationship with the kid's mom. Don't know. Yeah, so I don't know, there's thoughts there. The hero kid, I need to develop a lot more. He's just a kid who wants to do hero stuff. I imagine him very much to be like Spider-Man. Like, just doing like little things here and there. And maybe biting off more than he can chew when he discovers the villain kid. I don't know. Maybe he's a little nervous about that. There we go. Correct head size. Yay, Juice Man. We got 3 minutes to go. I'm just gonna wait it out. We must plot. I have a friend that's terrified of the Juice Man cult that I have. Very scary. You know. You need to go. How many people are here? There's 11 of you. I just don't see any of you. I'm like, we got people? No one's talking. But that's okay. Sometimes you just don't want to talk. Especially with me going on about an actual plot I have. Juice Man's in that chapter. Very nice. Oh, let me prepare. We got 1 minute to the Juice-iversary. There we go. Happy Juice-iversary, everyone! Happy Juice-iversary. My Discord server has officially said Happy Juice Day every day for 1 year. A whole year of at least one person saying Happy Juice Day. You guys have done it. Everyone gets a glass of juice, courtesy of Juice Man. But you have to purchase your juice, because I do not know where you live, nor do I have money to get everybody juice. Maybe I do. Probably at least everyone who's contributed to the juice chat. But yes. Happy Juice-iversary, my friends. It is officially the Juice Day. It has been a very juice year. Very much juice. No touch my juice. Yes, some quality juice moments from this year. Hello? Juice Man? I think he is, Juice Man has crashed my iPad. I just want to watch the speed paints. No, take my juice. That's different. What a juicy man. Look at that. Well, now that we've made it to the Juice-iversary, I shall call it a night for now. I need to write down my ideas for the story. So I can easily write it out. Yeah. Thank you guys for talking this out with me. I'm very excited for what I might do in the future. It'll just take a while to get there. Happy Juice Day. I've got work tomorrow. Yeah. Night, guys.